What's up, guys? Going to do our daily recap at 9:06. If you guys are watching Premarket, we went over this twice. Main thing here was that data comes out at 10 a.m. What happened at 10 a.m.? The market dropped. We had a right at 10 a.m. Down she goes. Definitely, when data comes out at 10, it's a good time to wait. I'm trying to find where it went. There we go. But yeah, wait till that data comes out. We had Bullard target 1. What happened at 1 o'clock? We got a chart at 1 o'clock. Right here, 1 o'clock. What was Bullard at 1 o'clock? The bottom. Nice anticipation, Bullard. Market seemed to drop before him or her, not 100% sure, and then ran VIX to hold 25.51. You go to the VIX chart. Where was that nice bounce on VIX? At 9:10 was right at 25.51. VIX shot up, market dropped. Give you guys these tools every morning. We have ES 4100 and NQ 12600. ES, what happened with ES at 4100? Let's drop the time frame a little bit. 4100 right here. We had a little bounce up and eventually fell. You could tell the nice pop up. We grabbed puts here for a nice little scalp. Nice put, kind of retest came up, retest it, shot up. So, under 41, that level alone gave us 70.7%. And then on the retest up, also gave us 0.6%. NQ, I mean, just zoom out on NQ, you could tell this 2600 was a huge, huge level. I mean, they tested. They kept testing this, finally broke above. We're just consolidating around it. Yesterday we were a little weak. We fell below here, but had a nice, rebound on it overnight, kind of held it. And then 2600 right here is where right at 11, huge market dropped. Kind of held that pivot right here on 12,480. Came back up and actually ended below 2600, 12,600. So you could have taken end of day puts based on that level alone. So that's definitely key level. Got to keep that in the back of your mind. Gonna start doing these every day. These key level things. We had Apple 150 consolidation. Apple got me with this one. Just had to go ahead and cut it, even though I liked it. We opened. Let's go ahead and move this at 150. We opened at we opened with a nice push off, showed really strength, broke over that 151, which was overnight high right here from that wick. Definitely looked strong. That data came out. We had a huge dip down, and I tried getting executed down here. I think I tried getting filled at 1.84, and I finally got filled at 2. We broke through, and as soon as we broke that 150, I was out. Definitely good strength, but with the data alone definitely hurts any TA. I think Apple could have held 150 and been good. And we came up, tested 150, and then it continued to sell off. So that 150 definitely was a key level. We have AMD, 100 hold or break of 105. You could have played both ways on AMD on this one. You got today here. We couldn't break. We got up to that 104, couldn't get to that 105, came down. We grabbed calls down here. Heard a couple people got stopped out on this one. The main thing I could try to watch on these is kind of the higher time frame wicks. 5 minute, yeah, go to 10 minute, 15 minute. You can see 10 minute. We held that 100. We're holding it. We're wicking. This one we closed just barely. We closed at 99.99, and then look at that super strength off that one. This one actually was really nice. AMD keeps holding 100. Not sure how much. Nice 3% move up. Not sure how much more strength 190 is going to have. Also at the same time was that 182 on NVIDIA, where if you zoom out on NVIDIA, that 182 is definitely that key level where it broke above with that little after earnings run up. Tested here, test here, little test here with a slight pullback, pushed up, and kind of held 182. I was looking, AMD compared to AMD. This one probably would have been better to grab calls, but AMD looked just a little bit stronger, so that's why I went with AMD. And AMD is definitely less risky, just due to the contract being a little cheaper. Facebook 197 break. We had Facebook right here. 197 break right here. Let's move over to 197. You could have taken calls out of that 197 to 199. Kind of 199. We tested a bunch of times, eventually had strength, but fell pretty strong. And then they had bad news with the COO leaving. But that 200 cycle level, I had that too. That 200 cycle level is going to be a tough spot for Facebook to get to. Wasn't really looking at Facebook that much today. We had Microsoft breakthrough daily supply of 274 to 279. So on Microsoft, we had a daily supply. Let's go ahead and erase these of around 274 to 279. 274 to 279, actually pretty decent rejection right out of it. I had a nice rejection yesterday, but that's what I was saying. Pre-market, I didn't really like it because it's already been hit a few times. Really don't like getting into it like fresh demands, but that was a pretty solid rejection out of there. But everything came down pretty hard, 2%, and then another end of day. Had Tesla over 787, which didn't make it, and then if Amazon was going to continue on its kind of quest to push, and kind of did it open. Nice push up, nice sell off with the whole sell off in the market. And then Tesla basically rejected at 780 area, didn't get up as strong, and then a huge rejection. I kind of missed this one where I had this. I think it was no extend on. This 30-minute. Oh, there it is, the hour. The hour where we had a drop. We dropped, and then today we actually came up into it and then dropped again. Pretty crazy day. Nice sell-off. A lot of people had this downtrend at open. You could tell these downtrends, they don't really do well. You can see you could taking calls for a little bit, but you had to have good risk management and get out of those calls because we broke below. But just watching those key levels was definitely a big spot. We hit this kind of 1 hour. I think it was a 2 hour. Yeah, that 2 hour where we were just basing, and then we had a nice strong push up. We came down, and that's where we bounced. I didn't really want to get any calls later. I had to run a bunch of errands. Right there, SPY's low was kind of this 4-hour doji we had, where we have, a push up, we based, and then we had actually a gap up push. So we came back down here. I thought that was a daily candle. Yeah. Came back down here, came right into that, and nice push up. Definitely missed that one too. But of course, don't want to overtrade. And then I showed VIX kind of hitting underneath that 25. Not sure where this is going to go. Kind of don't like it down here. We really want to see it curve back up and kind of hit up here. Some morning watches that I had from a mentorship group. Just wanted to show these. We had, I posted these all at 8:16. We had the ES downtrend watch, which we broke pre-market. Retest the 100 break. Needs to hold 100 upside watch yesterday's high. We didn't even get close to over yesterday's high. NQ, we had a possible 1 hour demand. Let's actually look at that demand and see if right here. So it definitely broke through that 1 hour demand. It really didn't do much, but needs to hold 12,600. I wrote 12,600, not 12,200, 12,600. Apple 150's key pivot consolidation. I said watch pre-market high of 151. I can see 155, 156. I think Apple rejected at 151. Actually broke above, wicked it, probably liquidity. Got me on that one. Watch a break over 105 or hold a 100. Key one, hold a 100. Facebook upside target is hard. It's not a supply. It needs to break 197 to head higher. Watch 192 below, then 185. Where'd we bounce on Facebook? After those news, we had a bounce at 185. So we had actually a decent bounce off that 192. Kind of 192 area today. And then that 185, actually, you could have taken 2 calls off those levels. Microsoft hit daily demand direction hard, been slow and outperforming the market. I just had watched Thursday's open. NVIDIA needs to hold 182 or would head back down to its old channel. NVIDIA on the higher time frames held 182. Kind of lower time frames it broke below, barely. But there's that kind of double bounce off 182. Decent move heading higher. So keep that on watch tomorrow. Tesla ranging between 734 and 780. So 734 right here, we kind of had a kind of false breakdown, and then just kind of came up with the rest of the market higher time frames. We didn't really show strength going below that, so that kind of held. So Tesla's kind of in the same area. That's going to pretty much do it for me today. Pre-market 8 a.m. First thing in the morning, guys, come hang out. Just doing paperwork, writing stuff down. We go through earnings, we go through everything. Everything's covered pre-market. Just come in, listen, ask questions. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the video. And if you guys are interested in my mentorship class, it's month long. We just kicked off June, and some great ideas. I give them the charts, tell them to watch this, watch that. We could go through the chat right here. I'll do it on the announcements right here. I wrote at in the morning. I had to put on Twitter. So I put on Twitter. My Twitter's at FearBrandon, but at 139 we got into that SPY put, because we just waited for this base drop. We just waited for that to come back in here, and we hit that. I wrote at And I give him my cut. FB possible supply above. We're kind of watching like intraday supplies. If stocks want to come back up into these supplies, right there, there's at 1124. I said drop base drop. So we're watching that to come back up there and see a possible rejection. 1151, I said AMD at 100, Tesla at 734. Possible temporary bounce. We got a nice temporary bounce on that. ES, I showed that ES, just waiting for it to go back up into that area, and we got a nice little scalp. Showed SPY. I'm just posting charts, trying to let them know when my alerts are gonna come, so we could all be on the same page. But definitely, guys, if you are interested in that, definitely reach out to me. I think it's the best way to learn. Live trade with them every day, and you know their questions are asked first. But y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Let's kill it again tomorrow. Kind of definitely been a struggle lately in the market. These last 2 weeks are pretty hard. Today was actually pretty good if you caught that initial move down. But y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday.